you might have already died. Not in a metaphorical way, but literally. There could be versions of reality where your life ended, and you're not in them, because there's a theory that suggests something deeply unsettling. It's called quantum immortality, and it comes from a real concept in physics known as the many worlds interpretation. This idea suggests that every possible outcome of an event actually happens, but not in one single timeline. Instead, reality splits, constantly, into multiple versions, different paths, different outcomes. Now apply that to your life. Every decision you make, every situation with more than one possible result, creates multiple versions of reality. In one, things go one way. In another, they go differently. Now here's where it becomes personal. What happens in a situation where you could die? An accident, a mistake, a moment of bad timing. According to quantum immortality, there will always be at least one version of reality where you survive, and your consciousness follows that version, which means from your perspective, you never experience death, because every time it would happen, you shift into a reality where it didn't, and life continues. But only for you, because in other versions, you didn't make it. This theory might sound like science fiction, but it's not completely made up. It's based on real discussions in quantum physics. The many worlds interpretation suggests that reality doesn't follow a single path. Instead, it branches. Every possible outcome exists in its own version of reality. This isn't something everyone agrees on, but it's taken seriously enough to be studied and debated. Now think about probability. In any life-threatening situation, there are always multiple possible outcomes. In some, you survive. In others, you don't. If reality truly splits into all possible outcomes, then somewhere you survive every time. And if your consciousness can only continue where it exists, then it would always follow the path where you're still alive. From your perspective, it would feel like you keep surviving, again and again, even in situations where survival seems unlikely. And this is where people start connecting it to real life. Close calls, near misses, moments that feel too lucky, situations where things could have gone very differently. Of course, this doesn't prove the theory, but it gives it a strange kind of weight, because it aligns with something people already experience. The feeling that they shouldn't have made it. And yet, they did. Now here's where this theory becomes disturbing. If quantum immortality is true, then death still happens. Just not for you. There would be versions of reality where your life ends, where people around you experience your loss, where your story stops. But your awareness never reaches those versions. You continue only in the timelines where you survive, which creates a strange possibility. Your life might feel like it continues normally, but over time, things could start to feel different. Subtle changes, unexplained differences, a sense that something isn't exactly the same. Because each time reality branches, you're moving forward in just one path, leaving others behind. And then there's an even deeper question. What happens as time goes on? If you can't experience death, do you just keep going through every close call, every illness, every impossible survival? Until what? A life that stretches beyond what should be possible? Or a reality that becomes harder and harder to recognize? It raises a question that doesn't have a clear answer. If you never experience death, what does living actually become? So what does this theory really mean? First, it challenges one of the most basic ideas we have about life, that it has a clear ending. If quantum immortality is real, then from your perspective, it doesn't. Your experience would always continue, no matter what happens. Second, it changes how we think about reality itself. Instead of one timeline, there could be countless versions of events, all happening at once, with you only aware of one path, the one where you're still here. But maybe the most important part isn't whether it's true, because right now, there's no way to prove it. The real impact is how it makes you think. About chance, about survival, about the moments in your life that could have gone differently. Because if even a small part of this theory is possible, then reality might be far more complex than we understand, and your life might not be following just one path. So now the question is, do you believe this is just a theory? Or something more? If you enjoyed this and want more theories like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because once you start thinking this way, you don't look at reality the same again.